Hey, what's going on guys, YST here and welcome back to another raid video. On this one we're going to be diving into my 10 most MVP champions on my account, or the ones that I use the most often, and I'm also going to be covering the giveaway towards the end of the video so we can see who the winner was. And the reason for this video is I've made a lot of guides, I've done a lot of clan boss stuff, but I've not ever dived into my champions and the ones I like to use, so stay tuned and we're going to cover my top 10. So at number 10 here we've got Mountain King. The only reason for this is I only use him in the arena occasionally, and I use him for the Doom Tower to clear certain stages. So the ones with like the Siffies where they have a high HP count, I use him to chomp through them and it just helps me clear specific waves. So with him I'm running a 94,000 HP, 192 speed, 3,300 attack, high crit rate, high crit damage, and he hits extremely hard. Masteries, just in case you're a bit intrigued, I'm running the offense and defense tree. And let's get into number 9. So at number 9 we've got the free-to-play Razin. I use this guy almost everywhere. Clan boss, faction wars, you name it. He's also great in the Fire Knight, so depleting the turn meter of the Fire Knight, he does a brilliant job. And he's also got the decreased defense and weaken, the triple hit on the A1. What more can you ask for? He's a solid champion. And I run him with the offense and support tree here. And let's get into number 8. I know, how can you put Arbiter at number 8? The reason for this is I only use her as my speed lead in arena. Apart from that, she's kind of dropped off on that speed lead role for me, because I use a Duchess. Well, I'll get into her later. But yeah, I use a Duchess and she doesn't really have that much utility in specific areas of the game for me anymore, as she would from early to mid game. So yeah, she's a solid champion, but do I use her much anymore? Not really. I use it in the arena, and apart from that, nothing. So I got her at 60,000 HP, a solid accuracy here, and a 331 speed. Not the best in the world, but she does the job for me, because I do only compete in around high gold, early platinum. And then I run the offense tree here. I should change this, but when I was using in the dungeons, I was using it for War Master procs. And I've got the support tree here to get some extra speed and Lore of Steel, etc. And let's get into number 7. Alright, number 7 we've got Brachus the Shifter. I know, you might not like him, I like him. Not all champions have to be S tier to be enjoyed. I believe that if you like a champion just for what they bring and how they look, the abilities, etc., I think you should use someone just because you like them, not always because they're S tier. But yeah, he's a solid champion. So he's got the A1 here, which can heal. And he's got a 6-time hitter on the A2. So in your Fire Knight, he can take that shield down just himself near enough. He's solid in the arena, so he can revive himself, one-shot someone. He puts the True Fear and the Fears, which is great for clearing the waves of champions. And he revives himself, and he's also got the healing in his kit. So in the clan boss, you don't even have to run lifesteal. All you have to do is rock him with a high HP, high defense, and he can just get himself back to full HP with his 6-hitter. So overall, he's a solid champion. He can be used almost anywhere in the game. He's got offense tree here and support tree if you're interested. And let's get into the next champion. Roxum, you've made it to number 6. Alright, so with Roxum, the reason for him is if you don't have a Draco Morph and you run a lot of Veil champions, he's got the decreased defense and weaken, and he's got a strong AoE attack, and he also does Veil so you can't be hit, or he can't be hit anyway. So yeah, he does this one, increases turn meter, he's got the stun on the A2, which is a solid ability, and he's also got the perfect Veil, weakens, and decreased defense in the same ability, which is a bit underlooked by a lot of people, I believe. So in the spiders, he can decrease defense and weaken the spider. On the waves in the Doom Tower or dungeons, he can be clearing a lot of waves. Solid champion. And he also does a block debuff, strengthen, and continuous heal on this champion. And in the Doom Tower can increase your crit rate by all allies. Yeah, before I got this champion, my waves in the Doom Tower wasn't the best. Since I started using him with my Duchess, it's been a game changer. It's cut all my times in half. Solid, absolutely solid. So he's got the offense tree here, support tree here, and let's get into the number 5 row. So at number 5 here, I'm going to choose Cold Heart, but I'm going to use 2 of them in the same spot because it's the same champion. I've got 2 Cold Hearts on my account. Reason for this is I like chunking through a speed run on Spider, and in dungeons they clear very quickly. A lot of utility in places like the bosses and dropping turn meter for the Fire Knight. So since I've had 2 Cold Hearts and a buff happened where they don't prioritize the Heartseeker over the A1 on the Fire Knight, I've managed to drop my allure off and I can keep the shield down 100% just through their Heartseekers. But on my Cold Heart number 1, I've got almost a 300% crit damage here. And masteries, we've got the Helm Smasher. And on my second Cold Heart here, we've got a 245% crit damage, so just these two alone can do a lot of damage for me, and they get me through a lot of content a lot faster than other champions can do it. So number 5 spot is 2 cold hearts. At number 4, it's another duplicate. It's Royal Guard. So I've got 2 Royal Guards on this account also. Once again, for the spider runs. I use them for my dragon runs. I use them for a lot of Doom Tower content. Faction Wars, it clears the stage 20 for me on a farm very quickly. And also a lot of Doom Tower stuff. Even though that some of the bosses that they don't have max enemy HP anymore, they're still great for dungeon clearing or wave clearing anyway, because of the takedown ability, scales of max HP based on attack, and decreased defense on the A1, so you don't always have to run a decreased defense champion when you're facing a boss if you have a Royal Guard on your team. And also has decreased speed on the A3, so you can drop that speed from the bosses and make sure that they're not attacking you as often as they usually would be. And a solid dungeon aura with 35% attack in all dungeons. And we've got the Helm Smasher here, and the second one is the exact same. Alright, so let's get into number 3. So she was going to be my number 1, but she's been put down to number 3 because I had a big think about it, and there is other champions that I use more than her. But Umbral Enchantress is, I believe, legendary tier because she has an A1 which damage increases as current HP decreases. This isn't what we use her for, but attacks all enemies, has 100% once booked to place a block buffs. So on the waves where people are doing unkillables, they're doing increased attack, increased defense, block debuffs, all these abilities, you can start off with this one on each wave, block the buffs so no enemies are going to be doing you any harm. And then she also does a provoke and an unkillable on herself. So you can provoke all the enemies after doing the block buffs, make it extremely fast, and then put the provoke on, make everyone hit her while your other team members or allies are attacking the waves, and you're just untouchable. It's insane. And how I'm doing this to make it work is I'm running her at a 262 speed. If you can get a higher, brilliant. But the reason for this is I wanted around a 350 plus accuracy just to make sure that she's consistent with these debuffs and no one is resisting her. And also on her masteries, we've got the offense tree here and support just to get the extra accuracy here. So yeah, overall solid champion, 10 out of 10 for me. And let's get into number 2. At number 2, it's another joint one, but it's Ignatius and Biggin. I am not sure why Plarium has not made them have like a brother skill. Like, you see how they have Juliana and Romero and all these champions with like the tag team skills. Recently we got the Astralon and the Count Elix. I believe that Ignatius and Biggin should have something together. Let me know in the comments what kind of stuff they could do. But Ignatius, the reason why I use him a lot is a stun on the A1, which is an insane A1, and you can buff up to a, what's that, 45% chance, which is reasonable. Provoke once again, so if you're running him with a Umbral Enchantress, when Umbral's provoke is ended, he will just take over, put his provoke on, and it's just like a constant cycle between them both. It's a great synergy between them two. So yeah, this hits extremely hard also. But the main reason is 100% HP burn cannot be resisted. So against the Frost Spider on the Doom Tower, the normal spiders where you can just do the spiderlings, it doesn't matter. Even if you run him with 0 accuracy, this guy can put a HP burn up for you. So you don't have to keep switching out gear because, oh no, my accuracy has dropped below a certain below. I need to get it higher. I need to get it higher. This guy will just constantly put it up 100% of the time. Granted, it's on a 5-turn cooldown, so if you're running with like a Kaimar or someone that can reset abilities, it will be great. And he's got a hefty aura of increased defense in all battles by 25%. So yeah, I use him as a nuker, a crowd control champion, and his masteries, we've got the offense and defense tree for counter attacks. And on Biggin, I use him as my campaign farmer. So he's my 6 to 8 second campaign farmer. And his abilities are, so he does attack one enemy, attacks all enemies the first time. If the attack is critical, he attacks all of them. A2, he has a chance of a stun, which you can book up, which I haven't done yet, and a decreased accuracy. This is great for the Doom Tower in the hard boss stages, because as you get higher, the resistance that you have on your champions might not be as sustainable as you would once think. And he also attacks all enemies 2 times and decreases the turn meter by 25% and a 30% chance of placing a decreased speed. So the synergy between him and Ignatius and Umbral Enchantress, so my second and third spot, are just absolutely crazy. If you have these champions, I recommend putting them together and you'll get through most of the content without any problem. And masteries on him, we've got the Helm Smasher and the defense tree for counter attacks. And also I use these two, well, especially Ignatius, I use him in the arena. So he's in my constant defense and offense in arena. So I put the Arbiter lead, I put a Duchess to put the Veil on, Ignatius to put a HP burn out, then I've got a decreased defense champion or an Umbral to provoke everyone. And without further ado, let's get into number 1. So at number 1, you might have guessed it, I've mentioned her a lot of times in this video, Duchess Lilitu. I use her absolutely everywhere. If you're struggling with anywhere in the game, you can use her as a spider tank. So on spider 20, just put her as your lead. Everyone's going to be attacking her. Make sure she's got a high resistance. You're going to be fine. In the Doom Tower, I use her for her aura lead, which is the increased speed and 19% in all battles, which is hefty. And her skills here, so this one here, she can be used in the Scarab King. So you put her with like a Lugan the Steadfast, or someone that can put a shield like a Vergis, and she can put the shield on herself and on the champion with the lowest HP. So she'll be putting on herself, putting on your other ally, and you can put someone else like a Razin in there as well. So I run a 3-man team on Scarab using her and 2 champions. On her A2, she's got a places a 50% increased attack and block debuffs on all allies for 2 turns. Then places a perfect veil buff on all allies for 2 turns. So on places like the Spider and Doom Tower, once again, if you're struggling with waves or you keep constantly getting debuffed or poisoned and you don't know what to do, you throw in your Duchess if you have her and you're going to be fine. And this ability here is also great for someone like an Ultimate Gaelic, because when he needs to have increased attack up to places HP burn, and also has great synergy with the other champion that I mentioned earlier, Roxum, where you have to have Veil on, and also works synergy great with Yannicka, who also works with Veil. A3, she's got revives or dead allies, so once again, perfect. Then places a Veil and 15% continuous heal, so she's constantly healing people. And on the passive, which is great for the clan boss if you use her, she reduces AoE damage by attacks by 25% or 15% from bosses, so everyone's going to be taking a lot less hits from the big slams. And I also use her to clear my Demon Spawn faction wars. So overall, I use her almost everywhere in the game. Arena, Tag Team Arena, Doom Tower, faction wars, you name it, she's been used there. And yeah, that's my top 10. And let me know in the comments which champions you would change from my list and which ones that you would place on your top tier MVP list. And without further ado, let's get into the giveaway and see who can win. So on my previous video, I did a giveaway for a £30 gift card, and all your names are here who were successful, and I put a tick and a thank you for participating message under your comment to know that you was entered into this giveaway, and you had to do it before 7 PM on Sunday UK time. So all your names are here. Good luck everyone, and let's see who can win. Come on. Who's it gonna be? Ooh, who's it gonna be? Master Yufei, congratulations on winning this giveaway. So all you have to do is DM me on my Instagram, or you can hit me up on Discord, and congratulations. And anyone who missed out, don't feel disheartened, because there'll be lots of giveaways coming out in the future, and thank you for the ongoing support. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.